Hi friends, so you're thinking about moving to Bergen County, New Jersey? You have come to the right place. I have family in Bergen County. I worked in Bergen County. My best friend is in Bergen County. I visit Bergen County all the time. And most importantly, I help many people choose between the border of New York and New Jersey, especially between Bergen County and Rockland County. In this video, I'm gonna give you the pros and the cons of living in Bergen County, so you will be able to make the decision as to what works best for you. Hope you enjoy. Hi, my name is Betsy. I am a real estate agent in the Rockland County and surrounding areas. My channel is all about living in Bergen County, Rockland County, and surrounding areas. Subscribe and stay updated. If you're thinking about moving, I would love to help. The biggest thing with Bergen County is the proximity to New York City. It's super close. It has the border of the Hudson River and is so convenient for those people who actually work in the city or like to visit often, which brings us to the next pro, which is actually the convenience of the transportation. If you don't like to or want to drive to the traffic of the city, you can actually use the public transportation. We have the buses, we have the train, with pretty easy to take and go just to work in, and or if you just want to visit New York City, it's very convenient as well. Some towns are closer than others, of course, and some of them are easier to get to and reach out. For example, Fort Lee is right across the bridge from the Tappan Zee. We also have the Palisades Park. We have West New York, where you can actually take the bus even downtown on 42nd Street, and it will take you straight to the other side. And once you are in the New Jersey side, you also have the light rail, where is the local New Jersey Transit. That is very convenient as well. They have the park and rides. They're not free, you have to pay for them, but it is there. They are there, you can use them, and it's very convenient as well. With that being said, and the public transportation and the proximity to it, there is one con though that is too many. It's a big one, but at the same time, you have to decide if you want that extra suburban or quality life. On the other side of the bridge, there is the toll. The main bridge to get to is the George Washington Bridge. Right now, it actually even increased. In 2023, we have $17 every time you take the toll. Plus, something that I personally don't enjoy about Jersey is that when you go from one town to the other, there's always these little tiny tolls almost at every town that you have to pay, that depending as to how far or deep into the different towns, you are going to end up paying the 17 for the bridge plus those little extra towns. It's not much. Some of them are like 50 cents, 75 cents, $1.25. But if you're going to go past certain towns, then you might end up paying daily like about $20 per trip. It's very easy to get to Jersey, as we mentioned. Now, why is Jersey so popular and so amazing? It's because it has a lot of attraction. Yes, Jersey has so many great things for the family and a young couple or just a single person, because there's so many great things. I personally love and enjoy the spa in Jersey. There's so many of them to visit. There's a lot of diversity. My favorite spot is King Sauna. Prices are on point. It's very relaxing. It's very amazing. There's a lot of great restaurants around the area as well. And one of the biggest thing about Bergen County also is diversity. The diversity of communities brings also diversity of food and cuisine. There's so much available to you, and I'm a foodie. That's a plus for me. You have Asian cuisine, Cuban cuisine, Colombian cuisine, you name it. You just type it in, and no matter where you're standing, I promise you that you're gonna have many great restaurants. One thing that you do find in Jersey is very much like the city, is this dryness of service. It's not as welcoming, I will say. It's not as warm, but the food is delicious in most cases, so I'll give them that. Depending as to where I'm going to eat, where I choose to eat that day, or what I'm feeling that I'm craving for, I personally have a few restaurants that I enjoy, and some of them are more on the luxury side price point, like Rumba Cubana, but the food is so delicious. And they do have this area in the restaurant that you can just go and dance, so it's like semi-lounge after certain hours, so you can go have dinner with your friends and then just go and enjoy the rest of the night with some amazing and delicious drinks. Same thing with, for example, Noches de Colombia. When I feel like I'm in the Spanish mood, yo quiero comer comida fresca, then I go to Noches de Colombia. You can have your bandeja paisa and all of that deliciousness. If you're into the greasy, more heavy food like I am, then that's a great place to visit as well. One thing I don't necessarily appreciate much is that the music tends to be a little loud, but it's so worth it. There's so many different Asian ones, Indian food that I like that is hard to mention just one because it's over 15 of them in that whole section that I go to. In that same portion, we have the pro of the nightlife, comparing it to many areas around surrounding. It's very much like New York City when it comes to finding nightlife. There's so many different places that you can go to and have a good night out or enjoy yourself with friends and or a couple's dancing night. I personally don't use the lounges that much, but I have friends who literally go there almost every weekend and they can tell you a whole bunch of great places. This is the compiled list that they gave me right here on the map that you can enjoy and see. We've been there a couple of times, but once again, that's not exactly my thing. But those of you who do enjoy it, they go until late at night. Some of them 3, some of them actually 5 in the morning when they close. If you find that one that you like, you might just enjoy the rest of the night at that one place because they do close pretty late. If you have any questions or you would like any recommendation about those places, hit me up, feel free. We have the insight of every weekend of visiting those places. Now, that's for the nightlife, but what if you are more into the quiet side? What if you are more into that family life more, that you just want to enjoy a Sunday outing or after school things? Yes, you have it. That's a big pro of North Bergen. You have a lot of great things for the family to enjoy. They have the Bansu Park that is amazing for the kids. Every season they switch it around. You always have something to do over there. It's never the same. Me and my family love to visit, especially for example in the winter time. They do the winter wonderland. It's a beautiful experience. You can go ice skating during the winter, but also now in the springtime they also do other events with the bunny and the egg hunting, and summertime is a great time just to go. All the rides are on, and my kids are grown to a certain extent and they still like to go there. You have so many different parks, trails, areas, green areas to go and enjoy and just explore. Now, many people know Jersey for the beaches. In the northern part, you actually have border with the Hudson River, not exactly the beaches. If you would like to have access to the beach, you will have to go to the southern part, like the Jersey Shore and those areas. They have amazing beaches. I personally love to go to those areas as well. And it's not really far. Within 40 minutes, you will make it there. So it's still pause. In the summertime, we enjoy a lot of great things in Jersey, the trails, the beach and everything. But I would like to mention also a con that in my book is a big one, because unfortunately in Jersey, the weather is more severe. You get hit with more snow usually. Also because many of the different towns are bordered with the waterfront, they have the tendency of being on flood zone and or get more damages when there is any kind of extreme weather. But big time is that the snow removal is not the greatest in most towns. So you might have difficulties getting to the city, even though you might be driving in your car. Many of the streets might not get clean as quick. And also, or if you rely on the public transportation, there's always going to be delays because of the way that the portion of the weather is handled. And the snow is not a great place. I currently live in Rockland. I lived in different portions and parts of Jersey. I work in different parts of Jersey and I still visit often. So I can testify to you that comparing it to other areas, for example, like Rockland County, that is clean like right away, you have nothing to worry about. You have to be mindful if that's something that might be a concern to you. Now, another con that I will say might not be a huge one, but personally, I didn't experience very great moments in the healthcare portion of it. I have friends who work in the healthcare. I worked in the healthcare at some point before and when I lived in Jersey in the past. And unfortunately, there are many insurances that the network of the facilities that are in the Jersey area tend to have a little bit of difficulties. There's not that many coverage, and or certain facilities might not have the resources to help to the extent. Now, mind you, there's so many great facilities like the Valley Hospital, the Hackensack, the Englewood, and the Holy Name Medical Center that they are top of the line in many occasions. Now, it depends as to where you are in order for you to be serviced by those facilities. So take that into consideration. Make sure that if you're going to consider those areas, you check with your insurance what providers you have in those areas, because it can be a little bit tricky sometimes. And yes, it can happen with anywhere anywhere that you're going to move to, but if you have certain preferences as to how to be served in that area like I do, then that's a big thing. Now, back to the good news in the North Bergen, New Jersey area is that many different towns has amazing school district. That might be an area that you might not have to worry about at all, but you still want to do your research. There's many areas that have amazing school districts. Any others might not be to your likings in between right there. Like I mentioned, you have many great school systems, and you can refer to cities like Fort Lee, Mawa, and many others. Just make sure you do a little bit of homework and research for yourself. One of the great tools that we use is niche.com in order for many of us to check on the school district when we are evaluating where we want to go to, right? So just look into those. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Now, with the great school comes also higher cost of living. I have to come to the conclusion that if you see higher taxes, usually is because the school district has a higher budget, therefore better programs for the kids usually. Bergen County does have an expensive real estate per se, depending on the area that you choose to be in. On average, home price is like $577. Of course, it all depends as to what exactly you're looking to have. If what is more important to you, is it the size of the home, the location of the home, or the actual acreage that you would like to obtain in your home, as well as the cosmetic items that it might need. The price point might seem a little higher, but it's still more affordable than the properties in New York City, and based on the proximity, it's not a bad deal. We also have to take into consideration when we are moving to the New Jersey border side of New York City is that if you're still considering staying and working in New York City, that you're gonna have that double tax per state that you are going to have to pay for. Now, in New Jersey, the state income tax goes up to 10.75. So talk to your accountant about those numbers. Make sure that it makes sense for you, that you verify that it's not just about the home pricing, it's also about your living expenses on a monthly basis, that it has to make sense for you and your family. Now, since we are in the real estate housing portion of it, my favorite topic, you guys will like to also take into consideration the pro of buying in New Jersey is that the closing costs tend to be lower than New York City or New York State, actually, because in New Jersey, for the closing upfront, you only need 6 months of taxes. So for example, if the property tax are $16,000 for closing, you only need to bring to the table half of that much. If you were to buy in New York, for example, then you need to bring to the table that full $16,000 for your taxes, because we pay the taxes upfront, not later. Yes, you will end up paying sooner rather than later as well in Jersey, but at least for the sake of the closing portion of it, you don't put all your money into the closing at the beginning and you later on take care of the other or remainder balance that is out there. So if you're thinking about moving to the North Bergen area, New Jersey, and or surrounding areas, feel free to reach out. We are here to help. I hope this video provided some perspective. What do you think? Leave your thoughts, your comments. Stay connected. Click subscribe so you can receive more notification and stay updated on your videos, and have a great day.